And we're back. I wonder what everyone was talking about on the second floor. Judging by their voices and the echoes of Kotori's screeching coming down the stairs, it sounds fun and exciting. Lucky, I wish I were up there talking with Hamane too. Hat, standing at my feet, called out as if he was worried about me. When I say I'm the girls' dorm mother, they all get a little envious. Being the only guy in a group of girls can be really lonely sometimes, Hat. Hat and I just focused on our studies together at the dining hall table.
というわけで特別ゲストをお呼びしました。どうしたの？あのね、あまねちゃんがね。なるほど。さあ、説明してやってちょうだい。望月先輩。なんだろう。非常に言いづらいんですが、それはお付き合いしているとは言いません。なんだって？ズバリ、それは望月先輩の脳内設定であって、客観的事実に基づくとこうなります。葵くんが勇気を出して告白した。しかし望月先輩は学校を去ることを理由に気持ちは受け入れつつも彼を振った。葵くんは憧れの先輩への思いを今も胸に秘め、けなげにも遠巻きに眺めて暮らしている。さすがカナだわ。とってもわかりやすい。そうだったのか。どうしよう。私はずっと自分に彼氏がいるものと思ってて、ラボの同僚にもそう説明していたんだ。何度か交際を申し込まれたこともあったんだが、葵くんがいるからとみんな断ってしまったぞ。それはナイスです。前代未聞の大ボケだけどファインプレーだわ。けどそれエア彼氏を自慢していたようなもので、バレるとだいぶ恥ずかしいわね。エア彼氏ではどういう状況をお付き合いしているというのだろうか。電話したりメールしたりデートしたりってのもありますが、もっと簡単な定義があると思います。それはお互いが付き合っていると認識していることです。おお、なるほど。あまねちゃんの場合、ただの独りよがりだったと。葵も災難ね。1年間勘違いで片思いさせられてたなんて。では私はどうすればいいんだろうか。教えてもらえないか。その前に聞きますけど、望月先輩は葵くんのこと好きなんですか？どうなの？好きだぞ。それは男の子として？多分。なんで自信なさげなのよ。だって経験のないことだからよくわからないんだ。それでもお付き合いはしたいと。となるとちゃんとその気持ちを伝えて、あとは葵くんがどう返事をするかですね。けどお付き合いがどういうものかも分かってないあまねちゃんだと激しく心配だわ。また信じられないような大ボケをかましてくれそうだよね。自分でも心配だぞ。ネットで探せば恋愛についてレクチャーしてくれてるサイトとか出てくるから、そこで勉強してみては？そんなのがあるのか。よし、早速探してみよう。
Oh no. Oh, what is she gonna find? No, no. Why did my volume go up so much there? Whoops. Stupid fan.
甘い。お菓子食べてさっきよりも太ったんじゃ。腕がプルプルします。 落とさないでよ。命に関わるわよ。
Are you done talking? When I finished cleaning up in the hallway and Kotori and the others came down from the second floor.
葵、手伝って。
You said you didn't need my help earlier, so selfish. Complaining along the way, I go help him. Going down the stairs is more exhausting, not to mention dangerous, than going up. What? Is it? Okay, sure. I had to reread that a few times to make sure I read it right, and I did, and I don't understand how... Like, what? Okay. There you go.
助かったわ。
Go away, Kanako.
ありがとう、葵くん。
What were you all talking about? When I ask, they all glance at each other uncomfortably.
葵には関係ない話だから。そうそう、全然関係ない話。
You know, if you want them to say everything, just say, like, you know I heard everything you said, right? Just say that and they'll all be like, we were talking about you. And then, well, they won't say that, but you'll figure it out. It hurts that they tried to deceive me. Thinking that I saw Amane come down from the second floor. Seeing her pale face and trembling legs, I wonder if she had some kind of a shock. Watching her worriedly, our eyes met and when she was halfway down the stairs. That moment, Amane's pale face turned bright red. Amane, what's wrong?
いや、
For some reason, when she looks at me, she seems nervous.
あまねちゃん、早速チャンス到来よ。
Is it? Everyone's right here. Isn't that going to be kind of weird?
ファイトです、先輩。あのね、葵くん。
So I guess Kanako's not going away. She's going to stand there, surprised. Yeah?
どうやら私は大変な誤解をしていたようなんだ。
What are you talking about?
つまりだな。私は
Amane with her face red and mumbling gradually Amane with her face red and mumbling gradually lowered her head more and more until I noticed she looked like she was about to cry. Hey Amane, what's the matter?
ご飯美味しかったんよ。
Ah,
じゃあもう帰る。
however you put it, she went straight to the front door.
待ってください。私も一緒に帰ります。
Naga chases after her? What's going on?
あまねちゃんがへたれた。
Kotori muttered, watching Amane's back while she left the building as if running away. You're just gonna stay there? Alright. The answer sheets are collected as soon as the bell rings. The thread of tension finally snaps and the classroom begins to buzz. Today's the middle day of the exam period. The exams are almost over and summer break is coming.
葵、どうだった？
So. I filled out the answer sheet, although I crammed the night before. I'm considered a bad boy, so I should try to keep my grades up.
だね。これからどうすんの？
She means she wants to go home together if I don't have any plans. Sorry, I should stay and study.
あ、そう。
Ageha sounded she like she didn't. Oh man, that's good. Ageha sounded like she didn't care, then she gave me a vicious smile.
頑張ってね。
There must have been some meaning in her smile that was lost on me. Ageha around to Kotori. What was that? Man, no one's leaving now. Does she know that I love Amane? They were having their girl talk upstairs the other day. They seemed a little strange. But I don't act like I love her. I don't show them how I feel. If they can tell, they must be psychic. Oh, thinking that, I stopped walking towards the garage. She might have noticed. Not Ageha, but Amane. She turned me down once, so if I see her for no reason, she would realize I shouldn't go today. I came here again. To the garage. It's gonna be fine. She's oblivious, so she won't figure it out. And I came up with a reason to come here. Hey. Amane was working on the computer in the garage with the shutter half open. She looked serious as usual. She doesn't hear me as usual. I pay no mind to it and opened my bag. What I got out of my bag is a lunchbox. Amane, please have this if you want. This is my excuse to come here. I brought an extra lunchbox and put it on her desk. She still doesn't notice me. When I look at her face carefully, and it's red like she has a fever. She's staring at the screen and sometimes... Yep, Yep, I know what's up. I know what's up. She says I don't think that counts as saying something. She's even more confused than usual. What's confusing her like this? Curious, I looked over her shoulders to the screen from behind. Hold on, can I switch over to that? Yeah, just in case there's something. Huh. On the screen I see the image of something I seem to have seen before. It was something big. Yep, here we go. Yeah, you know, there's probably not going to be a CG. They're not that... Okay, there might be, but I'm just not going to bother going back black and back all over the place. Closest thing I've seen to this would be the PE textbook. And Kanako's still there. Man, she's been there for a long time. The image she was fixated on was a diagram of male and female genitals. What should I do? What is this situation? Why is she looking at something like that? No, she's free to look at whatever she wants, I know, but what am I supposed to say having witnessed all this? As soon as she saw me, her face turned red and she jumped up. And she tried to hide the screen. I'm sorry. I look away and apologize. I didn't see anything. Alright, bye. She grabbed my arm as I was trying to leave. She looked serious as usual. Go ahead. Alright.
それでその筋のスペシャリストだというカナコにアドバイスをもらい参考になるサイトを教えてもらった。
A specialist, huh? Well, alright. That's what you want to call her. So this is that site. The screen was still showing the images of genitals. She quickly leaned over the PC, reached for the power cord, and pulled it out. That was the first time I've seen Amane move that quickly before. She can move fast if she actually tries. That hurt my eyes a bit. This computer forcefully powered down. I guess I was supposed to put the bzzz sound effect. Is it okay to switch it off like that? It's a brand new PC as well.
今守るべきは PC ではないと判断した。
But why did you go from talking about dating to visiting a sex educational site?
カナコが教えてくれたサイトの項目にあったんだ。正しいその
You don't have to voice everything until the end.
についての豆知識が。どうやらすごく大事なことらしいじゃないか。
That might be true. I understand, then I'll forget what I saw just now. Please don't worry about it and continue your studies. Also, this is your lunchbox. Please eat it when you get hungry. I pointed at the lunchbox I left on the table. Amane deeply flushed, lowered her head. It was the first time I'd seen Amane with an embarrassed face. So even she gets embarrassed. It's so new. Although I should get going, or else it may get too awkward. But then Amane asks, that sounds weird.
なあ、葵君。
Here we go. What?
葵君はしたことはあるのかい？
Yeah, in alternate timelines. Uh-huh.
だからそうだよ。
She asked with a cute and shy-looking upward glance. No, of course I haven't. I replied in a ruffled manner, and Amane was a bit taken aback.
そうなのか？葵くんならきっとあると思ったんだが、実は私もないんだ。ラボに出入りしているバイトの女子学生が言うには、それは非常に稀なことで、私は生きた化石のような存在らしい。生きた化石といえばシーラカンスだが、未だに自分との共通項を見出せずにいるんだ。
Coelacanth. We live on the same earth, but the coelacanth is a fish, she whispered to herself seriously. As I look at her, I thought of something. So Senpai hasn't done it yet. I had assumed that in this 1 year that kind of thing had most likely already happened, because Amane is a pretty person. Just like a deep-sea coelacanth, when she takes a step out of the garage, she spends all her time in a huge crowd of... all her time in a huge crowd of guys would gather around her. So me saying, of course I haven't, is actually strange. Though I said that reflexively, it would not be strange if I had that kind of an experience before. But I've had no luck with girls. Even though I live a free lifestyle surrounded by girls. In the end, I still like Amane, and I haven't even regarded the other girls around me as potential partners.
そうか。葵くんもないのか。
As I thought to myself, Amane was thinking about something and talked to herself again. I recall that we had this kind of conversation before at one time, I think. It was, if I recall correctly, last year's summer, then we were waiting for a morning glory. Me and Amane went to the runway on our own. Kanako's,
じゃあ、
she's
キスしたことは？
she's in for the long haul. I don't think she's going away. No, I haven't.
そうなのか。君ならあると思ったんだがな。
If I had the chance, I'd like to.
なら、私としてみないか？
Yeah, now's a good time to mention that getting to this route, there was a lot of like really small scenes like that were just like super duper short that I didn't bother to put because that would have taken a long time for me to do, and I don't get paid enough to edit, and by paid enough to edit, I mean paid at all. At that time, I couldn't accept her proposal, which made her angry, and she left. The conversation we had just now was very similar. In fact, it's the same, I thought.
じゃあ、私と。
Amane nervously glanced upwards at me, trying to start a sentence. Seems she's about to say something preposterous.
私と。
If you say any more than that, I'm seriously gonna get angry. Amane froze mid-sentence.
どうしてだい？私はただ、葵くんとなら
I'm gonna get angry. So I took one step towards her.
葵くんが怖い顔をする。
Amane cried with a tearful face. Let out a huge sigh, then in one stride I faced away. When you're doing those kinds of studies, please do it where no one else can see. I said as I left the garage. Well, she was. She was. No one's even supposed to go to the garage because of the exams. She was doing it where no one's gonna see her. What is that sound effect? Even while knowing my feelings, unknowingly I muttered in complaint. Then want to have... Well, of course I would want to do that too. But not for the reason of we both want to do it, so there's no harm. It's all the more true if the person is the one I really like. My mic is being weird. Okay, that's a bit too loud. That's too loud again. That's good enough. Perhaps because I think that way, I haven't experienced it up until now. I hear that young people nowadays are much more casual about sex. Yeah, that's true. But I'm like this, so there's nothing I can do. Is Amane the same? Will she just do it with someone for that kind of reason? Peering up at the constantly annoyingly clear sky, I get a little depressed. Final exams are over, now for the long-awaited summer vacation. Be careful on your way home. I said farewell to Yuka as she leaves the dorm to head home. Why does the Yuka have 2 U's? Did it always have? I don't think it always had 2 U's. Sanai and Ryoko had gone home already yesterday. Of the residents who are going home to spend summer vacation, Yuka was the last one. With only half the usual residents left in Flying Fish Manor, it's not as lively as usual. Incidentally, Kotori isn't returning home either. People tried to convince her, but given that Amane had just got back and we've just taken back the garage, there's no way she could afford to leave Kazugara. Mazanyoru originally lived a walkable distance from Flying Fish Manor, so they decided to just stay here. The only one left was Kanako. Just like last year, she said she's not going home. Well, there are still residents. For the time being, I'm free from my dorm master duties, unless I can focus on my club activities.
朝ちゃん、もうすぐ資材が届くからスペース空けられるようにしといて。はい。小鳥、今のうちに工程もう一回確認しとこっか。設計図お願い。ほいさ。
Like, casually gave out some orders. I thought when, like, a new character's box would appear over there, she wouldn't get, like, taken out, but I guess not. The others all followed the orders and got busy. Last we began our work, the remodeling of our glider.
ワクワクするわね。ワクワクっていうか、もううすうすよ。
It's been a year since we've been downgraded to an associate group, so this has been a long-awaited event. Despite having tired ourselves out from the exams, we were able to withstand the summer raise and work in high spirit.
Ageha! Iruka!
Anchan peered in through an opening in the shutter.
運ぶのを手伝ってくれ。
はーい。葵、朝ちゃん、夜ちゃん。
Yep.
行こう、夜ちゃん。
From the roof rack of the light truck that Anchan drove in from the back gate, we removed a large amount of items. Huge cardboard boxes, tin plate cans, and various other stuff. These are all materials to be used for re-engineering the glider. Last year we used Amane's pocket money to buy our materials, but this time it was different. During the 1 year we were downgraded to an associate club, Age and Kotori had taken up part-time jobs at Anchan's workplace, which we already discussed like 3 times. They learned various engineering techniques and even got a significant amount of pay for their work. That pay wasn't in cash, it was in materials. Judging from the blueprint that Amane had worked on, we estimated the amount of needed materials for the remodeling and received all we needed. And because the place where we work gets their stock for cheap, they even let us choose the best parts. And right now we're carrying these in.
樹脂の缶はこっちの涼しいところに、ガラスクロスの箱はこっち。他は
Kotori directed us as we arranged the large amounts of material, and soon there were mountains of it piled up. Kotori and Ageha surveyed their booty and looked around proudly. It's the results of their hard work, their fruits now gaining special physical shape. It's only obvious that they would be so proud.
あれポリエステル樹脂の缶が多いみたいだけど。ほんとだ。おーい、あんちゃん。
ああ、それは俺からの選別だ。お前らギリギリで見積もってただろう。後で足りなくなっても困るし、余っても補充に使えるだろ。
ありがとう、あんちゃん。ありがとうございます。
なーに、可愛い後輩たちに俺も何かしてやりたいだけさ。
Monchan said casually, even if he does this, we're already more than in debt to him.
おー。
Amane looked at the piles of material and looked rather impressed.
あまねちゃん、いよいよ作るのよ。あまねちゃんが設計したグライダーを。嬉しくないの？いや、嬉しいんだが、なんだか不思議な感じだ。設計図を書いていた時、私は作る予定のないものだと思っていたから。変なの？全部運び終わりました。お疲れさ。あんちゃん、ありがと
お前らのグライダーが飛ぶの楽しみにしてるぞ。
Anchan ruffled Ageha's hair a little. And then Anchan looked towards Amane and then left the garage without saying anything else.
う。さあ、行くわよ。やろうども。
At Kotoge's command, we began our work on remodeling the plane. Our work proceeded. Before the exams, we spent our time repairing the parts that had been damaged. During that time, we had taught Asa and the others the basics of FRP processing. For this job, our primary concern was on improving the main wings. Right now, it's just an orthodox taper wing, but we will turn them into forward drive wings, which means the way it gets mounted on the body has to be shifted back a little. If we did that, the center of gravity will hang further backwards, and the overall balance of the plane will be better. Among the jobs, the remodeling of the main wings is the most time-consuming work. It's the same stuff as what we did last year, and with the experience, again, the others are now rather skilled. Rather, it was the remodeling of the body that is the hardest part. If we fail, it's possible the body becomes completely wasted. That is why when Anshan has time, we're gonna get him to come in and take a look. The rest is simply creating small, detailed parts.
何度も失敗できる余裕はないわ。慎重に行きましょう。そうね、あまねちゃんが作ったやつみたいに飛んでる最中に折れちゃったりしたら大変だものね。おかしいな。私だってちゃんと作ったんだけどな。
Renee, listening in on Kotogi's conversation, powdered her face to the computer.
あまねちゃんは何をやってるの？お仕事ですか？
Namine has been bringing her stuff from work to do them in the garage. Thanks to that, she can stay here all afternoon.
いや。
For some reason, hesitating on her words, she glanced this way.
これシミュレータだ。あれ？でもこの機体のシルエットは改良機用にシミュレータをバージョンアップしたんだ。少しでも練習できるといいと思って。葵くん、すごいよ。ほらこっち来て。
Wow, you're right, the shape of the plane is different. Plane from the blueprints, which I have seen numerous times, was being rendered in color 3D CG on the screen.
これもう動かせるんですか？
Amine, who was aware of my presence, nodded. Ever since that day when I saw Amine looking at a sex education site, it's been awkward between the two of us.
もうこれ使えるんだって。
Yeah, with this I can do some practice before our test flight. That'll be a tremendous help to me. But the changes to the shape of the wings, the behavior of the flight should be different. Regardless of how much training you have undergone, when it comes to actually flying a plane, it's still scary. I thought when...
やった。葵くんが喜んでくれてるぞ。
Amine made two small fists and smiled.
急にどうしたのあまねちゃん。ニコニコして気持ち悪いな。なんでもない。じゃあ葵はシミュレーターやってて。手が必要な時は呼ぶから。
Alright, got it. And so we continued our work until the sun was setting. We wanted to reach a point where we would be ready to do test flights as soon as possible. While the others were busy laboring in the garage, I sat in a corner and tested the new simulator with Amine. The feeling's a bit different, probably because of the shifted weight. I recalled the flights from summer of last year, trying to compare the feeling of the flight from before the remodeling. As I did that, I took a quick look at Amine, who was nearby. She's still facing the PC and doing her own job, it seems. Amine's profile staring into her screen to me looks dignified and beautiful. Better concentrate. Ever since that time, we've been awkward around each other. I've been trying not to be too conscious of it, but Amine has clearly been avoiding me. In fact, she's very nervous around me. At time, perhaps it was my mistake for getting so angry. But there was good reason to be angry. Even knowing my feelings, she went ahead and said those kinds of things. It's not forgivable even for a natural airhead. Although it was sort of a shame as well. Oh? Again, I looked over to Amine. Right there was the person I admired the most. If I was able to have my first time with her, okay. Well, that was loud. Accidentally crumpled my bottle. The fact that I'm still worrying over it means I still haven't fully settled things regarding her inside of me. And I said to Kotori that I was happy just being able to tell her my feelings and made a show of it. Aside on my own.
葵くん があまねちゃんをじっと見つめてため息ついてる。あまねちゃん、あまねちゃん。なんだ小鳥、ちょっとこっち来て。何か問題でもあったのか？ねえ、あれから葵くんとはどうなの？なんか前よりも気まずくなってるように見えるんだけど。まだ言ってないの？好きだって。もう何やってるのよ。だって恥ずかしいじゃないか。葵くんもそうだったと思うよ。あまねちゃんに告白した時。勇気出そう。好きって言えば必ず OK してくれるから。そうだろうか。ほんと私が保証する。1年も経ってなんで今頃って思われないだろうか。なんでそんなとこだけ普通の女の子みたいな思考になってんのよ。だいたい1年も会ってなかったくせになんで付き合ってると思い込んでたわけ？変だと思わなかったの？ちょっとくらいは思ったぞ、変だって。でも私はバカだからな。何かきっかけをつかみましょう。葵くんに話しかけるのよ。意識してしまってうまく会話ができないんだ。それでもいいから。変なのはいつものことだって葵くんもきっと思ってくれるから。私はそんなに変か？変よ。だから自信持って。おお。
Hamane and Cuddly had a chat about something in another part of the garage before returning to her seat. She was a bit flushed. She's glancing over here time and time again. What did they just talk about? They didn't come to me, so I wonder what they secretly spoke about just now.
なあ、葵くん。
Hamane walked over and stared into the simulation screen.
どうかな、それ。
Yeah, it's really well built.
本当か？
If I just train with this, even during the real flight, I can control it without feeling bewildered by the controls. Thank you very much, Hamane.
いやー、葵くんに褒められたぞ。
She then happily got back to her seat, returning to a great mood. Getting praised for work on the simulator was apparently a really happy thing for her. What a weird person. Although she's always been a weird person.
ちょっとあまねちゃん、席に戻ってどうすんの？せっかくいい雰囲気だったのに。そうだった。葵くん。
She came back to me. Yeah.
お腹が空かないか？
A bit, yeah. When I saw the clock, it was already 7. We're so focused on our jobs, we'd completely forgotten the time. I'll go buy something.
いや、違う。
Hey, I'm gonna go get dinner for us from the convenience store. Tell me what you want. Called out to the others as they replied with their request. Cuddly, for some reason, looked extremely irritated. Perhaps she doesn't like convenience store food. Hamane, what do you want?
おにぎりとサンドイッチとウルトラカップの豚骨ラーメンを頼む。
Sandwicho. Got it, okay, I'll be back. I left the garage and ran off to the convenience store. Soon enough, it was completely dark. We had dinner, and now it's a few hours later. Because it's the first day, everyone was working with high spirits. I do continue with the simulator training while helping out here and there.
今日はこのくらいにしとこうか。
Okay, I said after having made good progress, we started packing up.
朝ちゃん、夜ちゃん、いきなりハードだったんじゃない？全然すごく面白かったです。私も早く完成して飛ぶところが見たいです。見たいよね。
Yoru's acting weird.
だって小鳥部長。 れでこそ我がソアリング部員よ。
Aren't you prepared to shut down the PC and get ready to leave? Amane. Thank you very much for the improvements to the simulator. It's been extremely helpful.
ああ、
Amane, for some reason, blushed and averted my gaze.
あまねちゃんはどうするの？私たちもう帰るけど、まだ仕事がある。
Please be careful on your way back.
うん、ありがとう。
For some reason, she said shyly. She held on to my fingers. Is that what that sound effect was? Is that what that sound effect is? Pinch?
おやすみ、葵くん。
And she'll let me go again and spit off as if to run away from me. Good night. I really like her. Rolling around and around and around. As soon as I got back to my room, I hugged my pillow and started rolling around. The mysterious thing she did when I was about to leave. Damn, what the hell was that? I like how it does the fade out and Kanako's still there after it fades back in. Oh, whoops, I didn't even read that. In doing so, her shy red face looking into mine. Why did she look at me like that? She's so much older and looks mature, but how she acts in her facial expressions, it's cute like a child. I mean, she's cute, and yet she's older. Since I met her again, I've tried not to show my feelings, but after that day, I can't control my feelings. There's no way to calm myself down other than rolling around in bed. Rolling around the small bed, probably making a lot of noise. I feel stupid because I got confused, but I'm calm now. Settle down and start thinking about what I should do. I should try to tell her how I feel again. At that time I thought she was going to be gone, that's why I told her. It was like I was going to die in battle. I mean, I just wanted her to know before it was too late. But this time it's different. If I get to spend time with her again this time, I have to tell her how I feel. If I don't, I'll end up hugging my pillow and rolling around in bed like an idiot every day. I swear remembering her hand that touched my finger. There's so few chances to ask her out. First, we have to be alone. Just asking her out is not good enough either. The atmosphere is important. If I take her out of the garage where everyone works, people will notice. There's no chance that'll work. I played around with the simulator and helped them work. Oh, no, I try not to yawn. This is no good. I'm not sleeping enough. I've had a lack of sleep lately. During exams, I studied late into the evening. After summer break started, I've been waking up early to repair the dormitory, which was damaged by a storm. The list goes on. What's more, I've been thinking about Amane, so I've barely been able to sleep. It's very hard to work in a club in this condition. Kodori is glaring at me. What do I do to make her mad? Is she mad because I broke her egg yolk this morning? While working, I pretend not to notice.
葵くん、ちょっといい？
Kodori took me outside the garage. All the way to the front entrance. Why do we have to be outside? If she wants to complain about her egg yolk, this is a little excessive. Kodori checks to make sure that nobody's around, and she turns to me.
あのさ、あれからあまねちゃんとどう？
How? Nothing's changed. I said it nonchalantly. It's called a poker face.
全然今まで通りに見えないから聞いてるんだけど。っていうか、あまねちゃんのこと意識しまくってるの。もうみんなにバレバレなんだけど。なのにまだ気づかれてませんって顔してて、なんかムカつくわ。
What are you saying to yourself?
まだその好きなのよね。
Yeah, something like that. The Y in yeah is not capitalized for some reason. By the way, you told Agea about it, didn't you?
なんで？
Because everyone looks at me funny, they look at me and smile as if they're thinking about something.
違う、私言ってないよ。
Then who did?
誰っていうか、 にバレバレなだけで。
She looks confused and murmurs, "Whatever, and what'd you want?"
そうだった。あのね、葵くんはそんなだし、あまねちゃんは超ヘタレだし、見ててもどかしいっていうか、なんていうか。だからもう言っちゃうけど、あまねちゃんはね。こら小鳥、何サボってんの。
Eke appeared suddenly and cut off out conversation, our conversation.
いや、サボってるんじゃなくて、葵もやることあるでしょ。
Sorry. I apologize and look at Kotori.
もういい、ごめんね。
She said it sadly, and I left them behind and went back to the garage.
で、何言おうとしてたわけ？あまねちゃんが葵くんのこと好きだって。見ててもどかしいのはわかるけど、それはマナー違反ってもんよ。本人から伝えることでしょうが。そうなんだけど、でも私実は実は何よ。言えない。葵くんの気持ちこっそり教えてもらってたなんてアゲハには言えない。何一人で悶々としてんの？なんでもない。私さ、小鳥って葵のことが好きなんだと思ってた。なんでそうなるかな。なんかそんな感じに見えたから。なのにあまね先輩のことを応援しちゃったりして。そりゃ好きっちゃ好きだけど、それは友達としてだもん。友達だから力になってあげたいの。それにあまねちゃんのことも同じくらい好きよ。アゲハは違う？違くない。だからまあ見てて超もどかしいんだけどね。もしあまねちゃんと葵くんがうまくいってくれたら嬉しいじゃない。最高じゃない。そうだね。ちょっぴり寂しいけど。さあ戻って作業の続きやろう。おう。よーし、今日はここまで。
Took the words right out of my mouth. That's all for today, so thank you for watching. Goodbye. Kanako's been there for like a solid 30 minutes.